Hello, my name is Brooklyn Tony, and this is a video on the LDSMM-X, or Leedle Dynamics' Stringer Mega Masterkey for the NSK-X specifically. This is of course a modified version of Leedle's Mega Stringer Masterkey, or Stringer Mega Masterkey, whichever way you want to say it, that fits on a standard Picatinny rail. However, I wanted to make something a bit special for the NSK-X. Now, why, you ask me, you need this? Well, of course, being a solenoid-driven flywheeler, this thing only shoots short darts out of this Talon mag. Now, what if your war or event requires, for some certain tasks, the use of mega darts? Well, you can't fire it out of this. There's no way to really do this. I mean, it fits in the barrel, but it's a flywheeler. So you could carry another blaster as a sidearm, for example, this Mega Magnus with its 3-dart capacity internally, but you're already carrying a blaster, and as you can see, the Mega Magnus is nearly the size of an NSK-X. So this on your hip or in a pocket is pretty large. Of course, there are other Mega sidearms like the Mega Big Shock, but don't you want something a bit easier to use, a bit more integral? That's where this attachment comes in. I made it fit the NSK-X perfectly, or how I think of perfectly. This is a hand rest area, so if you're holding it, you can grab it here without rubbing your hand on the Picatinny rail, which might be uncomfortable, or is uncomfortable. You can hold it at the magwell, or shove 2 fingers here and grip it like this, which I tend to do. But of course, this, to fit the NSK-X, it required quite a few modifications. Some of them are just my personal opinion. I didn't like how Leedle made the body so loose to the slide, as he calls it, or the shell. It rattled around so much. Same with the trigger. The trigger had no spring or anything. So it rattled. It rattled badly if you were to run. And I don't like rattly things. So I added a spring to the trigger. I don't know if you can see it in there. Probably not, but trigger has a spring now. This, of course, got a lot closer tolerances, but still works. And I went over the tolerances for things such as this latch. How it fits to the Picatinny rail was a bit loose, so I changed that. And I added recesses for the M4 nuts and bolts, because on the stock design, if you were to put your M4 nut on this side and your bolt through, you would have to have a wrench or something to hold the nut while you're screwing in the bolt, because there was no recess, so there wasn't any indexing of any kind for the nut. So of course that's an improvement. The hand guard or hand stop or hand rest mates to the main body with a few fingers. I don't have mine glued in, and because I made this specifically to fit the NSK-X's rail, it is really secure. Like, this isn't going away. This isn't rattling at all. I don't know if this will fit other blasters. Probably won't. I made this specifically to mount the NSK-X. You might ask, why does it stick out forward? Well, because just to give you this space to rest your hand. Otherwise, your hand would have to go over here, which might hit the trigger, and if you have this primed, it is pretty easy to accidentally fire it. And accidental discharges are, in Nerf real firearms, airsoft, really bad. You don't want to do that, especially if you're around, like, say, your friends and you shoot them in the back. It's pretty bad. So, yeah. Of course, to fire like the standard one, prime forward, the string catches, you latch it back, and you can load in 1 mega dart to the back, and you fire. Another minor addition I did, this entire attachment was inspired by, if you Google, you can find a lot of MP5s with M203 grenade launchers mounted under the barrel, which looks kind of ridiculous, but they all have a specific muzzle attachment. So this is a muzzle attachment that makes it look like the gas from the barrel is only being vented up instead of down onto the grenade launcher. Of course, the standard NSK-X muzzle device does work with this, but if you want to LARP, you can run this one, which in my opinion looks quite mean and helps further that sci-fi blaster look. Well, this has been Brooklyn Tony. Again, this is the LDSMM-X for the NSK-X. Happy foam flinging out there, guys.